Well, Prime Minister Modi and the BJP are in the thick of election campaign. He has promised Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Saath and Brand Bharat as well. The message is clear, but who is going to be his challenger ahead of the meeting of the India bloc? Are too many cooks spoiling the broth? It's a problem of plenty for the opposition when it comes to a PM face, but for the BJP, it is absolutely clear. It is Prime Minister Modi who is going to be on the ticket, and why not? Because of the kind of confidence he enjoys from the people of the country. Results of a survey by Pew Research are giving a huge leg up to the BJP campaign. In fact, the non-advocacy fact tank that gauges issues, attitudes and trends shaping the world says very clearly that 80% of Indians have trust in Prime Minister Modi. What was the survey like? 24,674 adults were surveyed across 23 nations between February 20 to May 22. The first question was, what do Indians think about Modi and Rahul? A whopping 79% were either favorable or very favorable for the Prime Minister. When it came to Rahul Gandhi, 62% respondents were either favorable or very favorable, while 34% were not. The second question put to Indians was, how is India's influence changing the world? And 68% said that it was getting stronger, 19% said it has remained the same, and 13% said that India's influence is getting weaker. The BJP naturally is calling the survey a reflection of the positive sentiment attached to Brand Bharat and the Prime Minister, which remains almost unshakable.
We are happy that Pew Research finds out that Indians across the country have a strong feeling that Prime Minister Modi has been able to put up India's viewpoint across the globe very strongly. At the same time, India's image as a strong nation across the globe, and particularly leading the South Asia countries' interest, has also found a strong resonance among the people.
PEW is an international organization and is above all. And not only the national rating is 79%, even the international rating is in 23 nations, he is 46%, highest among everyone, all others. So this clearly shows that he is a leader. I mean, whatever I.N.D.I.A keep doing, but the real leader of the India is Prime Minister Modi. He is seen within the country also as a leader, because he has done so much for the country, for the poorest of poorest, and also he is seen leader across the globe.
But in fact, the opposition is saying that this is still too early to gauge what public sentiment is going to be, considering that the Team India alliance is still shaping up, and that they are confident is going to change the poll dynamics and the standing of the Prime Minister dramatically.
देखिए, पूरे अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समाज के डेटा को देखें तो भारत की साख उसके अंदर कम हुई है। कुछ देश देखें जैसे इजराइल और अफ्रीका के कुछ देश, वहाँ पे साख थोड़ी सी बड़ी है। अमेरिका के अंदर साख कम हुई है, यूरोपियन यूनियन के अंदर साख कम हुई है। बड़े बड़े देश जो महत्व रखते हैं, वहाँ पे हिंदुस्तान की साख कम हुई है। ये दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है।
ऐसे तो बहुत सारे सर्वे होते हैं। अब संघ की नागपुर की शाखा में जाके सर्वे करिएगा तो क्या रिजल्ट आएगा? और अगर इतनी मारामारी, हाहाकार, बेरोजगारी के इस आलम के बावजूद प्रधानमंत्री जी को 80% लोगों का साथ है, मैं उनको मुबारकबाद देता हूं। कुछ मत करिए, घर में बैठे रहिए, आप चुनाव जीतने जा रहे हैं।
All right, so is it going to be Modi versus Modi in 2024? Charu Pragya, BJP spokesperson, joins us along with Manoj Yadav, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Rohan Mitra, political analyst, Kishore Tiwari, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena UBT, and senior journalist Shekhar Iyer. But I want to start by asking you, Rohan Mitra, I mean, seriously, to suggest that the Pew Research has happened in Sangh Shakha in Nagpur is a bit much. I mean, sure, they said that they have gone across India, maybe even to Nagpur, but surely not only Nagpur.
Padmaja, good evening, first of all. as the BJP spokesperson said, the RPN saying, because the data is showing in their favor, they're going to accept it, they're going to lap it up, they're going to clap on it. And if the data was against them, it would have been like, who's Pew? Nobody else matters, they don't matter. So come on, let's move on from that. I don't want to go, he's the Prime Minister of India, I don't want to go personal on him. I have a couple of points here, what is the sample size of Indians which Pew has taken into this whole consideration? I saw the data like on Times of India, it was less than 3,000 people.
Correct. It's 2,611 Indian adults from March 25 to May 11, 2023.
Yes, but so 2,600 odd people, if they found 80% favorable to Mr. Modi, congratulations to Mr. Modi and congratulations to Pew. There is nothing left to say, This is not something which India or the masses or the people of India are going to consider while voting in 2024, even this 5-state elections which are coming up. So we are not going to take too much into this. But there's one interesting, because since the BJP is talking so much about it, they should see what the Europeans think about Mr. Modi. They should see what the other, 23 nations where the ratings are not very high. Padmaja, we all have gone abroad. Indians have always been favored by the people abroad. We Indians are a peace-loving, we are a progressive, global, citizens of this great earth. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
So you're right. You're absolutely right. In fact, let me show you the data for that as well. There has been a drop in favorability of India and European countries since 2008, Charu Pragya. That's a fact. From where we had a 70% approval rating in France, now it has come down to about 39%. In Spain, it has come down from 48 to 34%. In Germany, it has come down from 60 to 47%. That is also a fact, and that is also something that Pew says. So yes, Indians love Mr. Modi. The Congress is saying, fine, Indians love Mr. Modi, but other countries don't love him that much.
Padmaja, good evening, and good evening to everyone else as well. Well, the Europeans are not voting in the 24 Lok Sabha elections. I don't know why the Congress is so bothered or enamored by it so much. Let's leave that aside and let's discuss what Modi ji and the I.N.D.A. alliance brings to the people of this country and what the UPA buried and rechristened as the ... alliance brings to this country. The new alliance, first of all, is still clearly very much confused about who's going to be leading the fray. Who's leading it? Every day when I switch on the news, Padmaja, I see a new PM face. And then they retract that statement because they realize खिचड़ी कुछ ज़्यादा ही ingredients से बन रही है और इतने ingredients के साथ वो पकाएंगे तो बीरबल भी नहीं पका पाएंगे. Not that Birbal actually पकाओ his खिचड़ी, let's remember that. So this opposition खिचड़ी is Birbal's खिचड़ी जो 2018 से पकनी शुरू हो गई थी. 2018 से when Chandrababu Naidu ji travelled across the length and breadth of this country collecting leaders who were anti-Modi, who were anti the progress of India, who were anti the poorer people living better lives in India. He got 21 political parties together. We saw what happened after that in the 19 election. Because Congress considers itself the principal opposition party, and even now with the new photo that was released by the Congress today officially with Rahul Gandhi right at the front and the other leaders a couple of steps behind him, and he forgot to add Arvind Kejriwal to that photo, by the way. Let me remind Mr. Gandhi that then at the peak of his popularity, even then, because in 2018 the Congress claimed that BJP is never coming back to power and Modi ji is definitely never coming back to power. The result was that Congress could not even get the minimum requisite of 10% votes to sit in the chair of the leader of opposition. That's the condition of the Congress party today.
But would you agree? Now let's just talk about the Pew survey. Let's just come back. We'll talk about the PM faces later. Right now we're looking only at the approval ratings. So if Mr. Modi is at 79%, Rahul Gandhi also is at 62% approval rating. That's just a difference of about 17%. That itself should be a worry for you. You ridiculed him as pappu, nobody, loser, kuch nahi kar paega. He's at 62%.
So, I'm not ridiculing him. I'm only following the mandate which is given by the people of this country, Padmaja. I am a citizen very much in favor of the Indian democracy, and I love to see it unfold at every single election. We need to remember that merely looking cool is not as important as being competent. And unfortunately, the Congress forgets that time and time again. You want to be a travel agent? Fabulous. You want to be a blogger? Fabulous. You want to travel in India on a bike? That is incredible. But that's not governance. That is not coming up with policies which help India progress. That is not actually being critical of policies which have not worked so well in the past and improving it for the people of this
No, but
nation.
you're not answering
in
the
all
question
these
about the
discussions,
approval
I have
rating.
not
He's at
heard
60%.
even one thing, and I'm a lawyer.
He's at 60%. Rahul
No,
Gandhi.
I am, and I said that. I said that. I said, you know, ratings and all are fantastic, but it is the people of India who eventually decide. So a sample size could be big or small, but at the end of the day, the test of democracy is on the voting day. When
Okay, let me
votes are
get in
being
Shekhar Iyer.
counted.
Shekhar
That's
Iyer,
when
what do you
it all
make
matters.
objectively of
And,
these ratings?
I just have this
That Mr. Modi
deja
is at
vu, which
80%
not
is hardly
going away.
surprising. But what do you make of the rating that Rahul Gandhi has got? And surprisingly, the other two people who were surveyed were Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Mallikarjun Kharge. The number 3 person behind Rahul Gandhi was Mallikarjun Kharge. What do you make all of this, Shekhar Iyer?
No, even the latest one about Rahul Gandhi, fits in with other surveys that have come within the country also. That Rahul Gandhi has been able to effect a change in the perception after his Bharat Jodo Yatra. But still, what the polls are showing is, notwithstanding Rahul Gandhi's efforts, a lot more has to be done by the Congress party and other opposition parties to match the BJP. See, that is coming out everywhere. But it also coming out that the PM Modi still is far ahead of other challenges. How much percentage, I mean, what is the nature of the survey, how many respondents, we can all agree, disagree, that's a thing. But broadly, the message is coming is, yes, Rahul Gandhi has managed to change the perception. He is meeting his Bharat Jodo second Yatra will also start. But is it enough? That question mark is still there. Is it enough for the Congress to be catapulted to a position where it can win over 200 plus seats and be a leading party in the opposition alliance and be within the striking distance of forming the next government?
Mr. Manoj Yadav?
That's a still open question.
Okay, that's still open question. Even though the approval ratings of your leaders, the leaders in your alliance may have improved, but Charu Pragya says largely this is about looking cool, and looking cool is not going to win you elections. मोटरसाइकिल चला करके राहुल गांधी जी प्राइम मिनिस्टर नहीं बनेंगे, वहां मोदी जी अभी भी क्लियर चॉइस है.
बात पे तो बिल्कुल चर्चा ही नहीं होनी चाहिए कि प्रधानमंत्री कौन बनेगा. अभी तो चर्चा ये होगी कि एनडीए जीतेगा या इंडिया जीतेगा. प्रधानमंत्री तो सांसद चुनेंगे, और जब सांसद चुन के जाएंगे जिसके ज्यादा, वो चुनेगा कौन प्रधानमंत्री बनेगा.
नहीं, पर अभी जब लोगों से पूछा जा रहा है तो लोग कह रहे हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री जो हैं वो हमें पसंद है. 80% लोग कह रहे हैं ठीक है, बढ़िया है.
नहीं, देखिए 80% लोग अगर कह रहे हैं कि ये बढ़िया प्रधानमंत्री हैं, तो मैं एक ही डेटा आपके सामने शेयर करना चाहता हूं. अभी प्रधानमंत्री जी ऑस्ट्रेलिया गए थे, आपको याद होगा, और ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाके कुछ बॉस वॉस टाइप कुछ उनको खिताब मिला. लोगों ने कहा इज माई बॉस, पता नहीं
लोगों ने ये नहीं बोला इज माई बॉस. वहां के प्रधानमंत्री ने बोला दैट मोदी इज अ बॉस, जस्ट लाइक ब्रूस स्प्रिंगस्टीन. अरे ऐसा मत कीजिए ऑस्ट्रेलियंस के साथ.
ना, मैं कह रहा हूं उसके बाद मेरिकल क्या हुआ ये तो जानिए. मेरिकल हुआ, बॉस वॉस वाली बातें आई, बड़ा अच्छा लगा, मोदी जी बड़ी पर्सनालिटी के रूप में आए, और मोदी जी का प्लेन यहाँ लैंड नहीं कर पाया था. ऑस्ट्रेलिया से खबर आ गई कि हिंदुस्तान के 6 राज्यों के बच्चे ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एजुकेशन नहीं ले सकते, जिसमें से 5, पंजाब को छोड़ दीजिए तो 5 राज्यों में बीजेपी की सरकार है. मैं ये नहीं समझ पाया, हाउ कैन पॉसिबल भाई, ये कैसे संभव है.
बट सर एक सेकंड, आई एम सॉरी, बट इसका उससे क्या लेना देना है. हम बात कर रहे हैं ऑफ पीपल हु आर वोटिंग इन इंडिया. जब भारतीय लोगों को सर्वे किया गया तो भारतीय लोगों ने बोला कि हाँ, अभी जो सारे नेता हैं हमें मोदी ही पसंद है. 80% लोगों ने कहा हमें मोदी पसंद है. और क्योंकि आपने ग्लोबल इश्यूज की बात की, दे ऑल्सो सेड दैट वी थिंक इंडिया स्टैचर इज ग्रोइंग, व्हिच वी कैन सेफली से कि भारत भी आगे बढ़ रहा है और मोदी जी भी आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, क्योंकि लोगों को लग रहा है उनके नेतृत्व में भारत बढ़ रहा है. मनोज जी.
पद्मजा जी, मैं बड़ी ईमानदारी से आपके चैनल पे दूसरी बात रखने जा रहा हूँ. मोदी जी की तारीफें तो गढ़ी जाती हैं पूरा दिन, विपक्षी तो आवाज उठाता है, 2-4 अपने फैक्ट लेके सामने खड़ा होता है तो उसको डिस्क्रेडिट कर दिया जाता है, उसके बारे में दूसरा एक नैरेटिव खड़ा कर दिया जाता है. मोदी जी को डिस्क्रेडिट करने वाले लोग तो सामने खड़े हों. मोदी जी के जो प्रोमिसेस थे उनके बारे में तो चर्चा होनी चाहिए।
अरे सर, आपकी 28 पार्टियां खड़ी तो हैं,
चल जाएगी।
अभी टीवी पे एक बीजेपी की बैठी है प्रवक्ता, 3 लोग आप बैठे हैं, फिर भी रोज यही सुनने को मिलता है कि मोदी जी की छवि इसलिए अच्छी है क्योंकि हर कोई मोदी जी के गुणगान कर रहा है।
कोई एक्सरसाइज नहीं हो रही मोदी जी के बारे में, मोदी जी का सिर्फ गुणगान किया जाता है पद्मजा जी, इसमें दो राय नहीं। आपको भी मानना चाहिए, मुझे भी मानना चाहिए और सबको मानना चाहिए, क्योंकि मोदी जी किसी को अपने खिलाफ बोलने की अनुमति नहीं देते हैं, विपक्ष को छोड़ के। अच्छा, विपक्ष में भी जो बोलते हैं,
अच्छा,
तो फिर ईडी सीबीआई सबके पीछे लग
सर,
जाता है।
28 मिनट के प्रोग्राम में 15 मिनट विपक्षी पार्टियों ने बोला है, पर चलिए कोई बात नहीं। दिस इज ऑल स्टेज मैनेज, चारू प्रज्ञा। Most of this is also perception.
मैं जवाब दे दूं पद्मजा प्लीज?
Perception doctoring, yes. So, चारू प्रज्ञा.
So I'll tell you how perception runs. Now 75% of your panel is criticizing Modi ji, and they say they don't have the freedom to criticize Modi ji. 25% of the panel, which is me, wants to speak up, but I have to wait till 3 other people have spoken to get a word in. Now, when people want to set a narrative for India which is negative, let me remind them that they have nothing, absolutely nothing that ties them together except the greed to be in power, and that's about it. When you move beyond that, are these people who were concerned about people getting electricity in this country? हर घर जल की बात इन्होंने कभी सोची भी थी? Did they think about housing for the poor? Were they worried about insurance, medical insurance for the elderly in the family? Okay. I am sorry, it's all well and good to talk like this today, but this has become an era of positive politics where we have solid deliverables, where we come to contest with a report card in hand. ये वो जमाना नहीं रहा जहाँ 2G, 3G, 4G, scam, coal, पता नहीं क्या चला करता था. India has moved beyond that. And let me also remind you that every single penny which is spent by the government today is accountable for, not like during the previous UPA era. However, I don't want to get into this tutu mein. You said one more very interesting thing. You said PM तो चुनने का काम सदन का होगा, वो बाद में देखा जाएगा. ठीक है सर, I'll give you that. But please tell me, सीट शेयर के बारे में आप क्या कर रहे हैं? सीट शेयर तो आपके डिसाइड करने का काम होगा ना? Because last I checked, I don't think Congress is happy contesting on 50 odd seats in the entire country.
Okay, we will talk about the seat sharing. We'll have plenty of time tomorrow to do that. About the approval, does it also seem to you, किशोर तिवारी जी, कि अभी जिन लोगों की बात हो रही है वो है एक तरफ मोदी जी, एक तरफ राहुल गांधी, चेहरे यही सामने आ रहे हैं और लोग भी अपना मत इन्हीं दोनों को दे रहे हैं, यही दोनों चेहरे सामने उभर के आ रहे हैं. With मोदी जी, his nose ahead.
नहीं, अच्छी बात है. और मुझे तो लगता है कि जब इंडिया अलायंस अपना चेहरा बता देगी और राहुल गांधी जी को वो प्रपोज कर देंगी, तो मुझे लगता है इक्वेशन पूरे बदल जाएंगे. मैंने चारू को सुना, चारू कह रही थी कि अगर 9 साल के बाद उनको यही बात करनी है तो चारू ग्राउंड रियलिटी भी देख ले कि जल, हर घर जल में क्या हुआ, आवाज के इसमें क्या हुआ. मैं अभी बता रहा हूँ ना, अगर किसानों की आमदनी के अंदर क्या हुआ. मैं भारत के प्राइम मिनिस्टर को अप्रूवल रेटिंग की बहुत अच्छी आती है ग्लोबली, तो मैं उसका स्वागत करूंगा.
ग्लोबली ही नहीं, इंडिया में भी अप्रूवल रेटिंग उनकी अच्छी है.
एक मिनट, अरे भाई, भारत के प्राइम मिनिस्टर को ही अप्रूव कर रहे हैं ना, तो अभी वो भारत के प्राइम मिनिस्टर है. और दूसरे जो आपने
भारत के प्राइम मिनिस्टर को अप्रूव नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो नरेंद्र मोदी को अप्रूव कर रहे हैं. उनसे पूछा कि भैया बताइए नरेंद्र मोदी कैसे लगते हैं, 79% ने कहा अच्छे लगते हैं.
पद्मजा, मैं एक बात कह रहा हूं कि बीजेपी के पास दूसरा चेहरा ही नहीं है. देश ने दूसरा चेहरा राहुल गांधी का चुना है. अब 15% का फर्क है 17% का, तो वो भी आ जाएगा. और मैं बोलता हूं कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर इन वेटिंग आफ्टर 24 राघव विल टेक ओवर. तो आप वो भी अपना एक एजेंडा रखेंगे.
I don't know if this is going to be approved of this viewpoint by Uddhav Thackeray and Aditya Thackeray, but चलिए आपको कहना है. But it's an interesting point that a lot of people now in Team India are also raising, Shekhar Iyer, that the BJP may be right now very happy with an 80% approval rating to Mr. Modi, but the day Mr. Modi takes a back seat or he retires, from 80 they will go to 0. They have no other things.
No, but Padmaja, that's a hypothetical situation. He's not going to take a backseat for the next 1 decade, I think, because it doesn't look like so. So therefore, to hypothetically assume, and opposition saying they don't have any other faces, why should they go for other faces when this face is working well? I mean, parties do what works. So therefore, there is no question of saying that, because the problem with the opposition is all those issues that which they don't want to take on, head on now, is for the simple reason there cannot be agreement. So you are not going to see any dramatic announcement in the next 2 days from Mumbai. You may not hear much about even seat sharing. Maybe you will get to know about some common logo or some common points of narrative that all the parties will raise against Prime Minister Modi and BJP. That's all. Beyond that, I don't see anything happening till the assembly elections get over in the 4 states. So that may set the tone of the narrative in the run-up to the next Lok Sabha elections.
Well, at least this data is likely to give some food for thought, if not be decisive in shaping what happens over the next 24 hours. But we'll keep a close watch on that. Thanks very much, all gentlemen. Charu Pragya for joining me. That's it then from me on this edition of The Explosive Exclusive. I'll see you next at 8 on India Upfront, where we'll take a closer look at the rest of what the Pew survey says. And more importantly, we ask whether in Mumbai, the netas are meeting, but the minds are not. See you then.